Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Let me see who was here first. Annie Bennett, Elaine Parker, Carol Lunn, let's see, Ingrid Soares, Connie Bowmer. I have been waiting days and days and days and days to say, Connie Bowmer. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. It's been so long, but thank you for being here, Connie Bowmer, and thank you for the hugs, Dorothy Ross. And let's see who else is here. Karen M. Emerald Derrick, Wanda MV, Truth Over Traditions. Okay. Fancy. All right, and who else is here? And of course, Lydia Washington is here. Thank you so much. And Sheila Clemens McKay, thank you for being here. Vinny Blair, Lucille Cadet, thank you. Oh, wow. And let me see, Mary H., Sonia Johnson, thank you. Lady Metatrons. You got to tell me where that name comes from one of these days. I love that. Reba Henderson, hello. Let me see. Okay. What is that? MTH? Is that was something spinners? Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Elaine Parker, for the super sticker. And thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Tuesday to you. Connie Bowman! It's been so long since I said Connie Balmer. I'm still taken back by it. Okay, so let me open up another channel so I can see what you guys are seeing. And then we'll get into it. All right? Let me do that before I forget. So if there's any milestones or anything like that. Oh, you know what? You know what? I forgot to put on the troll spray. I knew I forgot something. Let me put the troll spray on to make sure that we are not interrupted by any of that nonsense. Okay, let me do that. Troll spray. Okay. Maybe I should come up with one of those songs like, okay, I'll just do a day. Maybe I should come up with one of those songs like VS Speaks Royally. And you're making it spray, spray. Oh, no, you know what? That sounds weird. Maybe I won't do that. Now that I hear myself saying it, I think it's a bad idea. Okay. Yeah, I'll stop it right there. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Cher Brown, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Greatly appreciate it. All right. So yeah, that one kind of snuck up on me. I'm acting like I just got out of prison or something, right? That one kind of snuck up on me. All right, so oh, the slides. Gotta have slides, right? It is not the same without the slides. Hmm. Okay, I got that. Hello, Lorna Williams, Teresa McDougall, Manello. All right, there we go. There's the slides are coming up. And you know what? I need to get myself, I promise you guys, I'm gonna get a new what do you call that thing? Avatar. I'm kind of sick of that face. I'll go back to my coffee cup. Yeah, I need a new avatar. And as you know, as long as I have coffee, the world is a safer place to be. Or should I say, a safe place to be? Yes. As long as there's coffee, the world is a safe place to be. Didn't I have like a meme for that the other day for coffee? that I thought was kind of cool. Oh, what am I doing? There we go. That is for today. All right. So, booyah. There we go. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Woo, that's ugly. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Well, we all know who the great and good is. That, of course, is our Duchess. And the other guy, well, he has been found wanting in his character, and he's acted badly, if you ask me. And oh, there it is. There it is. I tried starting the day without coffee once. My court date is pending. I love that. I love that. That's something that really speaks to me. Okay, let's see here. Oh, what is that? Prescriptions and pills for my trip to Cameroon. Oh, you're taking a trip to Cameroon? That is wonderful. That is wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that. Uh no, no, no. Oh man. Nah, we won't have any of that. Manello, thank you so much for the super sticker and thank you for watching. Royal Sussex, South Africa is freezing cold. That's right. It is your winter because it's our summer, right? That is so interesting. Thank you for sharing that. Let's see. Oh, there's a long ad before the chats? I had no idea. Okay. Let's see. I'm sorry did that happen. Okay, I'm just going back just a little bit to make sure I'm not missing anything. So let's go in the other direction. Oh, 8 months? Let me see there. Noreen Bengali, yes, you have 8 months membership. Thank you so much for that. I just cannot conceive that the memberships are that long, but wow, that is very cool, and I really do appreciate it. Okay, so let's get into this, shall we? Because I hope this makes sense as I try to unpack things. So, Jeremy Zimmer serves up some verbal revenge on Ari Emanuel. We're incredibly profitable, is why Endeavor one won't buy UTA, CEO quips. Well, I suppose he thought that Endeavor, which is owned by Ari Emanuel, should have bought out UTA in the past or something like that. I don't know. As you can see, that's October 21st. But instead, as we know, Endeavor bought out the William Morris Agency, which is why it is called WME, because Endeavor, which is mostly owned and operated, should I say, is he? No, I don't think he's a sole owner. But anyway, Ari Emanuel purchased the William Morris Agency, which, of course, if you have been a fan of old Hollywood, then you know William Morris Agency is probably the most recognizable name when it comes to talent agency. And of course, any corporation or individual that wants to be represented publicly, if you want some good public representation, if you want to be able to make some solid deals, it's not only important to have a good lawyer, but to be represented by someone like a Ari Emanuel. So obviously, Jeremy Zimmer and Ari have a little bit of bad blood. So Jeremy Zimmer says, serves up some verbal revenge here. It says, on Ari Emanuel, we're incredibly profitable, is why Endeavor won't buy UTA CEO quips. So there you go. So obviously, these two men are rivals, and maybe there's a bit of bad blood there. And maybe that explains some of what we're experiencing here lately. Have a super chat. Hi, squad. Baron, can you say hi to my daughter? She is the autistic student made international headlines for 19 college ex, what is that, acceptances? 530, is that, let me see, $530 scholarship. Wow. Okay. Well, hello to, oh, let's see. Now I'm trying to get that right. YLL. So is that yellow trust or is that Y2W trust? Anyway, thank you so much for that. And hello to your daughter. And congratulations for the international college acceptances, 19 college acceptances. And is that 530,000 in scholarships? Is that what I'm looking at? That is awesome. That is awesome. That is, that's incredible to have 19 colleges after you. 19 colleges. That is incredible. Made international headlines. I don't know where I can look that up, but I would be very interested to read about that. And thank you for sharing. So, hello again. Thank you for being here and watching Royal Sussex. And for your success, you get a bell. And also for the super sticker, here's another bell. So, thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. And thank you for sharing that with Royal Sussex. As a matter of fact, we can do better than that, right? Why don't we dance? Why don't we dance? You know, we always dance for our celebrations here, right, squaddies? We have to dance it out. So let me find our dance video because we always dance these things out. It's just what we do here at the Sussex Squad. So when there is a big announcement like this, we have no choice but to dance. You get a hello, Ivy's here. Hello, Ivy here. Hello, Ivy here. Hello, Ivy. Girl, the Duchess of Sussex won. Meet me at the Royal Sussex party. Judge Nellie's gonna be there. All right, Ivy out. You know what? I have not come down from my high yet. As you know, All right. So, congratulations again, and thank you so much for sharing that with us. Okay. All right. And what? 7 months membership? Somebody else? Yes, yes, yes. The dance, the dance. You're quite welcome. Okay, let me get caught up here. And it's Rohini's birthday. Happy birthday, Rohini! We're going to have another dance off later for Rohini, y'all. Don't let me forget before I get out of here. We're going to have another dance for Rohini. Yes, and you are quite welcome. Thank you so much for oh, there we go. I missed it. There we go. And you get another bell. Congratulations again. You have to be incredibly proud. That is some great news. And we could all use some good news today. All right, and thank you, Church Nelly, for the birthday. What is it? Church Nelly. Church Nelly, it don't cost nothing to be nice to people. It don't cost you nothing to be nice. Wait, Church Nelly's got, oh, I see that. 22 months membership. Thank you so much, Church Nelly. You get a bell. You get a bell. Everybody gets a bell. And Rosita Consitas has 11 months membership. Wow. There seems to be good news all over the place. Well, thank you so much for that. And happy birthday again, Rohini. Happy birthday and many happy returns of the day. Okay, you guys. Wow, that I'm just like I'm all pumped up now. Right? Right? That is amazing news. That is amazing news. I'm so happy about that. Wow, that is incredible. Let's see here. 11 months. Yeah, Church Nelly, 11 months membership. Greatly appreciated. And Rachel Windley, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you very much. Happy Tuesday to you. And thank you for being here on Royal Sussex. I can't believe this month is almost over. So, oh, as I was saying, basically, one man is mad at that a lady declined his firm's offer and went with another firm that serves her better. The end. A woman is allowed to say no, Jeremy Zimmerman. A woman is allowed to say no, you troll monster, you. So UTA chief Jeremy Zimmer faces backlash over public shaming of Meghan Markle. Shocking display of bad taste is what it says in Variety. A shocking display of bad taste. So I guess he must have received a signal from someone that it is acceptable or okay to pile on to the Duchess of Sussex. That is not acceptable and it is never okay. And it is not really being a gentleman to do such a thing. But he went there anyway and decided to say these terrible things about the Duchess of Sussex in so many words, saying that her fame does not mean that she's talented, etc., etc. I don't even want to say those disparaging words, but um, it was ugly. It was quite ugly. It was so shameful on his part, but he decided to take the low road for whatever reason, and well, and he's being paid back for it as we speak because people are calling him out, and they're saying that going after someone who is your client or even someone else's client is just not done. It is not the thing that you do. But he did. I guess, I don't even know if he thought he was in a safe space or if he was just being rude, but still, he said it, and that's not cool. So now enters the backlash. But there may have been another reason for something like that. And we'll get to that in short time. But there may be another reason why he decided to be so negative toward the Duchess of Sussex. And let me get to that. Oh, where am I at here? There we go. Okay, and there we go. So, oh, did I do that one twice? I sure did. I did the same one twice. Oh, let's go here. So, UTA Chief Jeremy Zimmerman faces backlash over public shaming of Meghan Markle's shocking display of bad taste. That's what I'm looking for. Give me just a second. I lost my place here. There we go. There we go. Oh, he's all over the news today. So, according to the Variety, it says pearls were clutched over. I'm sorry. Pearls were clutched all over Hollywood on Monday in the wake of an unlikely press beef. United Talent Agency, that's what UTA is, Jeremy Zimmer and Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, on a media spree at the Cannes Lions for the past week. Zimmer was asked about recent meltdown of a $20 million dollar contract Meghan and Harry signed with Spotify. Now, let me just say this: we don't know how much Spotify paid the Sussexes. So with that one right there, they may actually be in error by saying that we don't know how much money the Sussexes got from Spotify. That is still private. It has not been made public, but it has been rumored to be around $20 million for a multi-year deal, right? The pack produced a single series archetype, which was not renewed. The termination of the deal was announced June 15th. Turns out Meghan Markle was not a great audio talent or necessarily any kind of talent, Zimmerman told, what is that, Semaphore, at the marketing festival in the south of France. And just because you're famous doesn't make you great at something. That's what he said. Now, his comments were mind blowing, according to one A-lister talent manager who asked him to remain anonymous. As an agent, you never publicly discuss your own talent or anyone else's. A top agent from a UTA competitor called Zimmer's quotes, a shocking display of bad taste. Who wants to sign with someone who trashes people like that in public? Indeed, the polished suits of the representation business treats their roles behind the scenes as virtue, so rarely stepping out in front that is a shock when they offer on the record defenses, as CAA Brian Lord, is it Lord, did for his client Scarlett Johansson during the battle with Disney, or speak broadly about larger issues like discrimination. Endeavor CEO Ari Emanuel's decrying of Kanye West's anti Semitism in 2022. UTA represents Harrison Ford, uh, Timothy Chalamet. I'm always weird with that name. Priyanka Chopra Jonas and director Wes Anderson, just to name a few. So there you go. He has been a acting as though he's in the back end of a horse costume. But why would he do something like that? Why would he do something like that? What would drive him? Well, if you take a look on the right side, Rupert Murdoch owns the Wall Street Journal, the New York Post, Fox News, TMZ, Times of London, The Sun, Talk TV, and of course, he has that big fat contract with Hoghead Piers Morgan. So again, why does this guy go to such a low point that he would dare go after the Sussexes like that, or the Duchess of Sussex? Well, as Matt Donnelly say, I was inundated um, with feedback today over UTA Jeremy Zimmer and his comments regarding Meghan Markle. Not so much that he would touch that with a lightning rod, but that an agency CEO would ever put himself in this position. Decorum is decorum, one executive told me. So this is huge. This is huge. I mean, it's like the talk of the town in Hollywood. There's everybody saying, why? Why did he do something like this? Big Mama says, what makes them think they're shaming Meghan? What makes them think they give a flying fart in space? Yeah, Big Mama, I thought shaming was a bit of a strong way to put it, but that is the language that was used. So, but yes, I agree with you. It's not as though Meghan has anything to be ashamed of, and there is no question about whether or not she's talented, because, of course, the Duchess of Sussex is incredibly talented. As I pointed out yesterday, it seems to be some type of effort afoot to try to make us forget. They're trying to make us forget. They're trying to create a alternative reality. But Archetypes did happen. Archetypes was number one in so many markets, and Archetypes did knock Joe Rogan off of his throne of what, 3 years. Archetypes is award winning. It was acknowledged even by the hateful rags, including the Daily Mail. Okay? The Daily Mail acknowledged that Meghan dethrones Joe Rogan, streaming site most popular podcast. And even the Mirror, yes, the Mirror, Meghan Markle's popularity surges in the US after latest interview and extraordinary poll. All right? A huge success. And it goes on and on. And then if that wasn't enough, we had an opportunity to vote. The People's Choice Award, there you go. Winner, Archetypes. So why try to create some alternative universe where none of that happened? What are they after? What is the rationale? Oh, there we go. There we go. A member of the Sussex Squad Detective Agency decided to take a closer look, which is why we're always grateful to the Sussex Squad Detective Agency. So what did they find when they took a closer look at this? Well, let me see. You got the Wall Street Journal that is owned by Rupert Murdoch, right? Along with all those other things that I just mentioned. And UTA chief Jeremy Zimmer slams over public shaming of Meghan Markle, shocking display of bad taste. But it wasn't so long ago that UTA was in serious pursuit of Meghan Markle before CEO called her untalented. Did you all get that? It wasn't that long ago that he was in serious pursuit of the Duchess of Sussex before he claimed that she was untalented. If she's so untalented, and as we know, no woman alive today has been more vetted than the Duchess of Sussex, except for maybe Hillary Clinton. You would have to go to Hillary Clinton to find someone who has been vetted more times, more often than the Duchess of Sussex. Other than that, there's no woman on the planet that has been more vetted, more investigated, more spoken about in the last few years than the Duchess of Sussex. That being the case, the Duchess of Sussex, who did not go to the first coronation in 70 years in the United Kingdom, she didn't even go and managed to upstage the king. So if that is the case, why? Well, Wall Street Journal signs with UTA. Wall Street Journal is owned by that quivering 92-year-old's mound of flesh, Rupert Murdoch. It is for representation in Hollywood. The Wall Street Journal is leaving behind its longtime rep at CAA. I'm told UTA will sell film and television rights to published articles across all sectors of the Wall Street Journal, which recently regained its position as the largest circulation U.S. newspaper under owner Rupert Murdoch. But wait, doesn't he own a film studio and TV network and cable station? And aren't his big media companies already a major player that can do any project and hire any talent? And yet Murdoch's newspaper think it needs an agent. Hilarious. So there you go. There you go. There seems to be some loose connection there, but a connection nonetheless. And then let's arrow up again. Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, signs with William Morris Agency, William Morris Endeavor, should I say. So there you go. Not exactly 6 degrees of separation, but there seems to be some type of connection there. And it seems as though someone may be a little upset. But why, of course, would you sign with someone who's capable of being so nasty and so despicable? Maybe, just maybe, perhaps, that in some time, place, or whatever, there has been uh, information out there already that this Zimmer person is likely to turn against you. And of course, if that is his attitude, as though he may never in life ever want to sign the Sussexes, and of course, we can see that's not likely to ever happen. Well, it is clear at this point that that was likely a huge mistake because you would have an agency in conflict attacking, or should I say, representing a news organization that routinely attacks the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. So that would have been a terrible, terrible idea. And thank goodness that they did not sign with them. So, disaster averted. That's all I can say is disaster averted. Let's see here. Let me go to the next one here. So, and there you go. There we go. YM Droid says all these grown men acting like kindergarten boys with a crush is ridiculous. What's their next comment going to be? Ya mama. Exactly, YM Droid. It is kind of like a schoolyard situation. And thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah, they are going to be reduced to like the most juvenile insult. Your mama. Thank you for that. But yeah, so I would say that the situation has gotten terribly out of hand. The Sussexes are the most recognized couple on the planet. They are the most influential couple on the planet. The Duchess of Sussex, where is that at from yesterday? Let me find that for you. Let me find that for you. In spite of everything, where is that at? Let me see. Yes, in spite of everything that Will and Kate have been doing lately, all of the handshaking, all of the grinning and grinning and grinning, all of the nonsense and cosplay, look who's still the most popular amongst all of the royals. Look who's at the top there. Who's at the top of the pyramid? Huh? Who's at the top of the pyramid? The Duchess of Sussex, followed by the Duke of Sussex, followed by that cosplaying, half talking, over grinning, hand jiving, jazz handing Princess of Wales, Princess Catherine, and of course, the pulled pork sandwich loving husband, William. That's how things are going for them. In spite of they have just done more work in the past month than they have probably since Philip died, and yet it still turns out that Meghan is at the very top, the most popular, and amongst the demographic that they are so desperate to embrace, and that, of course, the 18 to 25-year-old, also known as the future, they are still lagging far behind, way back there. So it's as though they've done absolutely nothing. All of this effort, and William has just become the laughing stock of all of the royal family. He is the laughing stock because just like with his many scathing plans that he's had in recent years, it has just been one failure after the other. I should have known the day that William stepped out looking like a bottle of Mitchum roll-on deodorant, that he was off to a downward spiral. This is the moment right here. This is the jump the shark moment. When William stepped out the house looking like a bottle of Mitchum roll-on deodorant, I should have known. So it is onward and downward. And he is, a matter of fact, when I went and looked through to see if I could find any remnant of this "I'm going to end the homeless crisis," guess what I found in today's rags? Nothing. Not a single mention of it. I don't know that any of the rags are running a story today about William's scathing plan, that is, to end homelessness. Just like you don't hear them talking about William ending the the environmental problems. You don't hear William and the World Peace Initiative that he has for Israel and Palestine and all of the Middle East. None of that exists anymore. It was a fleeting moment. It's just like they're trying to cook pasta. You just throw a piece of pasta on the wall, and if it sticks, it's done. If it doesn't stick, then William probably cooked it. Big dummy. Oh man, what was he thinking? What was he thinking? That is why he's married to someone who has about as much personality as my pet rock. That is why. We all know what he was after, or at least he wanted to dream about it. But instead, the embodiment of Mitch and Roll-On deodorant has really made a fool out of himself. I mean, it's so ridiculous. Who could imagine? Who could imagine what he was thinking when they said, "Why don't you have an initiative to end homelessness?" Yes, take 3 million of your £1.5 billion fortune and end homelessness. And because he was such a poor student, he didn't know the difference. He thought it was possible. Now people are laughing at him. Oh man, if it only costs £3 million to end homelessness, when, let's see, I think they said that there are some, what is it? Oh, there's some 300,000 people in the UK that we can count that are affected by homelessness. Everyone from those on the streets to those that are sleeping on someone's sofa. And yet William has all the answers. He does. William has, take a look at this. You got to see this. Look at that serious look on his face, like he really know what's going on. Look at that. 300,000 people in the UK are affected by homelessness. Prince William launches his ambitious, now that's a monumental understatement, isn't it? Prince William launches his ambitious £3 million battle to end the misery of homelessness within 5 years, with 6 projects in flagship locations across the United Kingdom. Prince William believes you can have zero homelessness, and he's using Finland as a case study. Meanwhile, Finland has turned their head and went, they had to clear their throats because this is really reaching well beyond capabilities of someone who has a vanity degree in geography. Well beyond that. This is just a big failure waiting to happen. You know, if there were if it was that easy, trust me, it would not have come from William. If it was that doable, it would not have been his idea. Okay? This is nothing more than every other scathing plan that he's had. Last year for his birthday, do you guys remember he took a photo with a homeless person selling those newspapers? That was short lived. This year for his birthday, he's ending homelessness. Back in 2018, he was ending or should I'm sorry, he was going to establish peace in the Middle East. Jimmy Carter couldn't do it. Um, George Bush, either of the George Bushes, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, and certainly not Trump. And now we have Joseph Biden in office, not to mention all of the prime ministers, diplomats, and everybody else who has lived and died while trying to make peace in the Middle East. And lo and behold, the missing ingredient all this time was William. All this time, we have been looking beyond the most obvious solution, the newly minted Prince of Wales. Now, you guys, we are going to end homelessness. We are going to end hunger. We are going to end drought. We are going to I don't know, put a Starbucks in Afghanistan. I don't know how we're going to do all these things, but thanks to William, with one of his scathing initiatives, all of these things are going to happen in short time. So I am prepared to eat my hat. All I can say to William is get her done. Get her done. Oh, by the way, thank you so much, DR, for the PayPal, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. And while you're watching Royal Sussex, be sure to stay tuned because in 5 year time, I am going to proudly announce that William has ended homelessness. I cannot wait until the day that I announce that William has ended homelessness, that there is peace in the Middle East, um, and all those other things. Oh, and that we will finally figure out what the Kate's early years. That's you know what. I'm going to say this. I do want William to tackle homelessness, but I also want William to do something that might even be more difficult. Could you please, William, if you're listening, Prince William, Your Royal Highness, could you please tell us what the early years is about? Because I don't know, and you don't know either. But if you can figure out what the early years is about, I would be ever so grateful. Now, as you know, because this has been really bugging me for a while because I really want to know what the early years is about. You know, we reached out to Kensington Palace to ask Catherine for the answer, and this is what she said.
Obviously, it'd be. I would love to have met her, and she's obviously she's an inspirational woman to look up to. Obviously, on to this day, and going forward and things. It is. It's a wonderful family. The members who I've met have achieved a lot, and very inspirational. So, yeah, I do.
So, thank you to Your Royal Highness for, well, thank you. So, Leg says Lord Pegington should have said that he would establish world peace. This is when you have yes men who work for you and a media that covers for you. Absolutely, Legs. That is Lord Pegginton's prerogative. Thank you so much for the super chat, and thank you as always for watching Royal Sussex. And let's see, Black Queen, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you as always for being a tremendous. Oh boy, let me turn this ringer off. For being a tremendous um, um, moderator, member of the Mod Squad. Thank you so much for that. Oh, I had to cut that ringer off. YM Joyce said, "Yep, no matter how many black men he has to sleep rough with, no matter how many times, William will figure it out." Go Martin Luther Cambridge. That Martin Luther Cambridge, he don't like homeless homelessness. Oh man, I tell you, they are laughing at him. Do you hear me? Even James O'Brien yesterday, and by the way, YM Joy, thank you so much for the additional super chat. Even yesterday, James O'Brien had a laughing fit about this, and James O'Brien is trying desperately to not laugh too much. He's trying hard not to give it too big a laugh, but James O'Brien he could not keep a straight face. He could not keep a straight face. Let me see. Let me find that sound bite. Let me find that sound bite. And by the way, this is what home means to William. When they queried people about what does home mean to you, that was William's version of home. So let me get this soundbite from James O'Brien going so you guys can hear what oh, wow. Uh, okay, let me see here. Brother James O'Brien, what say you? Well, actually, he said a lot, and I'm going to share it with you. I love it.
I really want someone to try and sort of spike your guns. I want someone to explain why you're wrong. The idea that there is something fundamentally counterintuitive about a future king trying to solve homelessness while keeping all his palaces. Come on, if you put it like that, what have you got? Thank you, Steve. Steve's in Thirsk. Steve, what do you reckon? How does it sit with you? That's the question. I really want someone to try and sort of spike your guns. I want someone to explain why you're wrong. The idea that there is something fundamentally counterintuitive about a future king trying to solve homelessness while keeping all his palaces. Come on, if you put it like that, what have you?
Oh boy, I'm telling you, this is, and you know what's going to be really interesting? What's going to be interesting is watching the press make this disappear. Watching the press downplaying this on behalf of William. They are going to downplay this. They are going to sweep it under the rug. They'll bring it out. Now, I'm sure of this. They are going to bring it out on a couple of occasions when it suits them the most. They will bring it back out. But for the time being, it is going to just fade away because there's too many people having a good laugh about it. I honestly don't know what in the world they were thinking when they said this. What were they thinking? VS, hey VS, I will say this and disappear into the clouds. If space really rough with a black man, uh, his demeanor would be much better. Not rage, but satisfied. oh, oh, Well, you know what? Um, Maybe that's why there was a trip to Poland that time. Maybe he's trying to decide which he prefers. Maybe he's trying to get his preferences. Oh man. But yes, if sleeping rough with a black man did not end homelessness or did not bring enough awareness, I don't know what 3 million pounds is supposed to do. He's about 3 billion pounds short of even putting a dent into this. And you know, in all seriousness, let me say this. One of the reasons why this is so silly is because a lot of those lords and ladies in government own own these rentals that people cannot afford. That's why there's not much new housing built in the UK, is because it would drive down the prices of all of these flats and homes that are for rent. The landlords that make up government do not want to ever see that happen. They don't want to see more housing on the market. This is all part of a greater plan to keep them extremely rich, is by raising prices, by keeping a limited amount of decent, affordable housing on the market. That is why there is no push to create any council housing. After the war, yes, of course, post war, everybody built, every country built. But now there isn't a great need for it, because as long as the prices are high, your property values are even higher, and they do not want to flood the market with decent, affordable housing. Not here, not there, and no place else. So William is not only playing with politics, but William will also be in a very bad position with members of the government who would rather their property values and their rentals are incredibly high. Denise Marcus says he misheard the 10 town. Yes, Trenchtown in Jamaica about reparations. Willie heard 3 million, not the full 355 billion. That's who we're missing. We need Trenchtown Man, because Trenchtown Man had tried to put him straight, and William wasn't listening.
Prince, 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 Trenchtown wants $245 billion. That's what Trenchtown wants. $345 billion. Yes, thank you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what Trenchtown wants. Yes. What do you mean?
Yeah, I knew that was going to be fun. Something told me that this whole thing about the ending homelessness was going to be fun. Not that it's a light topic that it is a very serious thing, but that William thought that in some way that he was going to be the one to make a difference. Now that's rich. That is rich. And you know what else? It's also very sad. It just goes to show how deeply, deeply out of touch he is. Very out of touch. Incredibly out of touch, that he thought that he was going to be the one to make a difference.
Steve's in Thirsk. Steve, what do you reckon? How does it sit with you? That's the question.
I mean, to me personally, as tin-eared as Rishi Sunak's comment and involvement, it's the same thing, but we seem to give the Royals a bit of a free pass on it. And you said that you didn't want to go in with the don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good.
Yeah.
Well, this just isn't very, very good. This is the point. It's not good at all.
Well, I mean, you've got most of the major homelessness charities are on board, and they probably are better judges of that than you or I.
Yeah, but but as you said, it's rightly a PR exercise. I mean, it's largely a PR exercise for him, for William. If you look at the amount of money, yes, 3 million, but the Duchy of Cornwall generates him 20 million a year. That's for him. Never mind all the millions.
Is that
of
his
pounds,
now? Does that pass directly to him when he becomes the Prince of Wales, or I don't even know?
Yeah, so the Duke of Cornwall is the Prince of Wales generally.
So he gets all the Waitrose money.
Yeah. Yeah, in theory, along with everyone else. But I mean, it's just such a drop in the ocean of the amount of money we spend on the royal family.
That's the point, isn't it? That's the point.
Just, yeah.
You can't look at one. You can't look at both. You've got one eye on that and one eye on that, and you can't not see both at the same time, can you?
No, you can't. And the modern progressive society is exactly the point. You can't be a modern progressive society and have a monarchy like the one we've got. I mean, I kick them all out. I mean, I'm a Republican through and through. I think we should get rid of them, but we could make the monarchy better,
progressive and modern, or at least more progressive and modern. It could never be, bit more Scandinavian, perhaps.
Yeah, we could kick them out. We could sort out their finances. I mean, it's an absolute mess trying to understand their finances.
Very deliberately. That's no accident, by the way. Yeah,
of course. And this is just the point. It's absolutely vomit-inducing for them to go, I'm going to get involved. It really is. It's just grotesque. You know,
I don't know. I'm not going as far as you at this point, but people are supposed to be kind of steer me to a slightly more equitable position this morning. I don't want to be the bloke who's having a swing at
because you're right, and this is the
Prince of Homelessness. The Prince of Homelessness.
We tolerate this nonsense. I mean, the monarchy seeps into every aspect of our politics and society. I mean, we wonder why we've got this issue with peerages and nonsense like that. It comes from all this garbage. And, they've got so many, they don't need all those houses. I mean, they could all live in Buckingham Palace, for God's sake, and still have a weekend home.
Yes.
That's nice. Yes. And all the others for the security. I mean, you're taking the mickey, you're taking the mick, mate.
I love the way you've warmed up the longer this call has gone on. It's like, it's lovely.
It's my thing.
Because you can't. I don't know. I mean, listen. I really want someone to try and sort of spike your guns. I want someone to explain why you're wrong. The idea that there is something fundamentally counterintuitive about a future king trying to solve homelessness while keeping all his palaces. Come on, if you put it like that, what have you got? Thank you, Steve.
So there you go. That was the longer version. And as you could see, James O'Brien could barely keep a straight face. I wish I could have shown you the video, but he was literally squirming in his seat, trying not to say too much or go too far with his rebuke of this ridiculous plan by William to end homelessness. Now, again, for anyone suffering from homelessness, you have my sympathy. But this is not the person that is going to make a difference, because there are several reasons: the politics, the lack of funding, and the lack of expertise, just to name a few. It will prohibit any change coming from the future king. If that was the case, Charles would have done it himself. Charles did build housing, and he was roundly criticized, but Charles wanted to create a model for a planned town, a municipality, and it did not go very well. And I would say that in spite of the very tepid and childish nature that King Charles has, he is far brighter and harder working than his haphazard son, William, the future king, the man sitting on top of $1 billion fortune, who thought that £3 million was enough to make a difference. Lucy Highland, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. And yeah, so that's that. I had to share that with you. James O'Brien nearly bust the gut trying to trying to gather some information to get an understanding to hear voices of people from the public who randomly call in and just tell you the truth. And you get that sometimes from the LBC. And for us here in the US, we of course do not have access to some of those voices, and so it's good whenever we have an opportunity to hear what people believe, not just the toffs and all the other people at the top, but real people. So thank you, James O'Brien, for that. All right, so I'm going to get back over here. The risk of being irrelevant, says Professor McLaren, uh, Prince William needs to resonate with young people. He has to do more than cut ribbons and smile and wave. He needs to give back to the public, she says. Prince Harry has his own public cause in taking on the tabloids, so now Prince William will be out there fighting homelessness. So he says he's going to be out there fighting homelessness. Okay, so excuse me. As I said yesterday, William is trying to catch up to Harry. He has a major flaw with his image. Harry has depicted him as being this very angry, entitled individual and spare. That is the image that William has now, is being very angry and privileged and of course very well off for someone his age that has never worked for anything, whereas Harry has yet to put a foot wrong for quite some time. Yes, he came up the hard way where the royal family is concerned, and I believe like the last really big faux pas may have been what, Las Vegas. But since that time, it's been onward and upward for Harry. Ever since he established the Invictus Games, ever since he married, and then, of course, all the other work that he's done, like the African parks, and of course the what is it? He's the chief impact officer at Better Up. I mean, this man has been working hard. William has been going from topic to topic trying to find his voice. And it's just not working. So he is working desperately to try to catch up to Harry, to try to have some type of influence like his younger brother, who doesn't have nearly as much by resources that he has. Harry doesn't have those resources. Harry doesn't have the British government. He doesn't have the tabloid media. He doesn't have his father living in fear of him. He doesn't have those things. And yet, he is outpacing, outrunning, outstepping his brother every step along the way. He is outperforming William. And that's without even trying. That's not even as though he's trying. He's trying to be his best self, his best self. He's not trying to outdo his brother. If he ever decided that he wanted to, I suppose, ruin his brother's prospects, I'm sure Harry has all the tools necessary, but instead he's focused on his own life, his own happiness, his own family, without a consideration for what's happening back in Narnia. Harry's only thing left in Narnia is the tabloid media. He has taken on the media. He's not after his brother. He's not after his father. He's not seeking any type of vengeance or attention or anything like that. Either we're a family or we're not. That's all Harry wants from them, is to be a family. And if they're not capable of that, then he's going to move on. He has moved on. Now, take a look here. Prince Harry's lawyer will begin the closing statements on Tuesday in lawsuit against the British media company Mirror Group newspapers, which he accused of hacking his cell phone more than a decade ago. And so, yes, I believe by now the closing arguments, does it end today or does that end tomorrow? I believe it's today, right? Harry's lawyer calls Piers Morgan's trial no-show fatal. Prince Harry's lawyer said on Tuesday a British publisher failure to call witnesses such as Piers Morgan was a fatal blow to his defense against allegations brought by the royal and other unlawful behavior by his tabloid papers. The prince and 100 others are suing. Wow, that is right. 100 other people are suing Mirror Group newspaper, the publisher of the Daily Mirror, Sunday Mirror, and Sunday People, over allegations of phone hacking and unlawful information gathering between 1991 and 2011. And again, in that period of time, Piers Morgan at some point was the publisher. And he is saying he knew nothing about it, even though all the evidence seemed to say otherwise. And this is a fatal flaw to his case, or to the Mirror Group's case, that they didn't call those witnesses that had firsthand knowledge. Now, of course, this is in the New York Times. This is not in the, no, this was Reuters. And then before that was the New York Times. These papers or these news groups, they do not play along with that nonsense of the phone hacking and such. As far as I know, they have never been guilty of that. And so they don't really have a dog in the fight. So they're telling you the truth. And you're not going to see that reported over there that the lawyer says, oh, this is a bad move that you didn't call those witnesses, including Piers Morgan. But you're seeing it right there with Reuters. And Reuters has a very long history of being very balanced in its reporting. Just the facts, as they say, just the facts. So then when the case goes to the judge will decide exactly how culpable the Mirror Group was with all of these things. So again, this is a civil case, not a criminal case. And this may bankrupt the Mirror Group. This may literally bankrupt them. They have already paid out, $1 billion in damages over the years. And there's going to be more. There's going to be a lot more. And the strongest case is said to be that of Doreen Lawrence. That seems to be the strongest case. So Harry's allegations, he only has to get one of those, have one of those proven true, just one. But as for all of them, no, not necessary. He only has to be proven right with one single case. And of course, the tabloid media has tried to cast doubt upon Harry as though he doesn't have a strong case. Whether or not that is the case, let the judge decide. Now, on another note here, this guy who gave a speech at One World last year, beach cleanups are only a temporary solution. There's no point in mopping the floor until you turn off the tap. So as a public service awareness announcement, just remember, try to limit your use of plastics, because somehow our waste is finding its way to Fiji, And this young man actually has come up with a plan to repurpose some of that plastic, but they are overwhelmed by the huge amount of single use plastics that have found their way into our oceans. And take a look here, the top 10 news brands in the UK. The BBC still reigns supreme, followed by the Mail Online, the Sun, the Mirror, the Independent, the Guardian, Sky News, Telegraph, ITV, and Metro. And of course, audience reach, BBC's is 76%, and then 50% for the Mail, the Sun, and then down into the 40s for the rest of them. So, fortunately, even though the BBC is not perfect, I would rather they are in the top position as opposed to all of the other. Well, the Guardian, they're okay. Now, they some of them have their moments, but by and large, they can start acting a bit tabloidy. And then take a look here, the Metro, the Daily Express. I think they're like losing a lot of readers. I mean, look at those minuses that they have there. Matter of fact, let me go back here. Oh yeah, the Metro is in bad shape, bad shape, and oh boy, all the rest of those publications, their numbers are dropping. Well, anyway, too bad it's not the Sun and the Daily Fail that's in the lower stratosphere there. Someone you should know, Eugene Bullard. His name is Eugene Bullard. And Eugene Bullard is someone who was mad as hell and wasn't going to take it anymore. The black swallow of death, swallow, of course, being the bird, was an American hero of France and the first black fighter pilot. This man was the first black fighter pilot. It turns out becoming a black pilot was unheard of in 1916, and that's part of why Eugene Bullard wanted to do it. He was also proud of his adopted home in France and the equally he felt on the streets of Paris. The equality that he felt on the streets of Paris. It took him a long time to get here, and he wanted to give back. So we always hear of blacks like moving to Europe back in the 20s, but this guy, he was like over there back in 1916. Isn't that amazing? Bullard's life, after he watched a crowd nearly lynch his immigrant father in rural Georgia, he was inspired to work his way to Europe through Britain and France and into the history books. It was in France where he joined the French Air Force and even put a bet on it. Bullard's life became a testament to fearlessness and willpower. Although he was unlikely that of course, it was unlikely that that was his intent. To get in the air would take a lot more than will. It would take a lot of work. For anyone, every step of the young black man's life in the early 20th century would have been an epic battle. For Bullard, it just seemed natural. Bullard was the grandson of a former Haitian slave who grew up hearing stories about Europe and other places around the world, places far from bigotry and engulfed his life in Georgia back in the 1800s. He wanted a better life where he would be judged for who he was and not the color of his skin. When he was 8 years old, he watched a mob attempt to hang his father for some unknown and unlikely crime and decided that Paris was the place where he would find the equality he sought. And at the age of 10, he stowed away on board a freighter bound for Europe, but was caught and dropped off in Scotland. At the age of 10, working his way south, Bullard became a professional boxer, which gave him a resilience that he would need in the years ahead. He eventually made his way to Paris, and the destination of his childhood hopes and dreams. The year after he arrived, France was invaded by the German Empire and World War I had begun. Bullard joined the French Foreign Legion on his 19th birthday. His unit was the 170th French Infantry Regiment, nicknamed the Swallows of Death. As an African American man in the unit, he earned the nickname the Black Swallow of Death. He fought at Verdun, is it Verdun or Verdun? The Somme, and elsewhere, earning the highest military medals France could give. He was wounded 3 times. He fought until he was he fought until he was too wounded and still served in the infantry. He was lucky. 300,000 other men were killed in the fighting and another 400,000 missing or wounded. Now disabled, he looked for a way to support himself in his adopted homeland. He soon learned about the Lafayette Flying Corps. The Lafayette Flying Corps and the Lafayette Escadrille was the name given to American pilots and their units who volunteered to fly in defense of France. Through the aid of a friend, he joined the course and the pilot as a pilot and trained to fly at tours. By the time Bullard entered service as a military pilot, it was 1917, and the United States had entered the war. Now, he did volunteer to fly for the United States, but of course, because of his color, he was denied. And so, as it goes, he did fight for the United States, but just not as a fighter pilot. But check this out. He died back in the 1960s, but he was posthumously awarded a higher rank. And right there, you can see Eugene Jacques Bullard statue was erected in his memory. So just someone that I thought you should know. Let me see here. Yeah, it says a statue in honor of the second Lieutenant Eugene Jacques Bullard, the first American fighter pilot, is unveiled during a ceremony at the Museum of Aviation in Warner Robins, Georgia, on October 9th, 2019. So that is when they put that statue up. Bullard was working as an elevator operator in New York Rockefeller Center when he was recalled to France by the famous French leader, Charles de Gaulle. Bullard, then 59 years old, was asked to relight the eternal flame of the French unknown soldier. The 64th birthday in 1959, Charles de Gaulle made him a Knight of the Legion of Honors in France, highest military award for his service in France in both world wars. 3 years later, he died of stomach cancer and was buried in his Legionnaire's uniform. What a touching ending. What an amazing life he had. I mean, that is just incredible. So anyway, you guys do read up on him at your leisure. Now that should be a movie. That should be a movie. What's that? The French loved him, which was a problem for racists back in the U.S. He was that Bandas? Bada? I'm not sure. Oh, I see what that is. He was a tough guy. Yes, absolutely. Yes, right. I saw that today, and I was just like, wow. Let's see. What's that? John Youngblood said, folks are downplaying the $500 concession by a British tabloid newspaper. It may not be a huge amount, but it seems to be a huge concession that Prince Harry's lawsuit is based in truth and fact. A win already. Thank you for that, John Youngblood. Okay, so oh yeah, this is the last thing I want to share with you guys. Today is PTSD Awareness Day. PTSD Awareness Day. Living with PTSD, helping guys who have been blown up, seeing dead bodies. It takes its toll. Ben Gallagher joined the army as a teenager, but his world turned upside down in 2019 when he was shot numerous times while on active duty. Now 35, he reveals how he made it back from the brink and joins the Invictus pathway. There you go. How cool is that? And so, you guys, if you know someone who's suffering from PTSD or you are suffering yourselves, today is a day internationally where people are asked to be aware of it. And of course, it's always good to have discussions about it. So, um, happy PTSD Day, PTSD Awareness Day. Now, look at there U.S. military deaths since 2001, 7,057. Oh my goodness, look at how many people took their own lives. Look at that. Look at that number. Ooh, I didn't see that until just now. Now that does, oh my God, that's awful. Isn't that something? I had no idea. I was, racing to try to start today, and I didn't actually take a good look at that. Wow. Wow. That takes my breath away. That takes my breath away. Which is why I say, which is why I say, um, this guy is amazing. He is truly doing God's work. And it's a privilege. It's a privilege to support him while he's supporting so many other people. It is a privilege. Oh man, I am really taken back by that. I didn't take a good look at it earlier. Um, that's serious. That is very serious. That is very, very serious. Anyway, excuse me, you guys. I had to take that in. So you mean to tell me in combat, that's how many people were lost in comparison to the other number? And the thing is, um, as we enjoy the wealth and prosperity of this country, that this is not more well known, that more people don't know about this is truly a shame. This is the first time I've ever seen that number. Since 2001. And those are only the people that we can count for sure, I bet. Those are only the people that we can count for sure. Yeah. So PTSD is not for the weak. Even if sometimes I do not speak, it is easier to hide, though I have sometimes lied. I told you I was fine. Truth is, I feel like I committed a crime. So I don't know who wrote that poem, but that was part of today's remembrance and awareness. So, and with that, you guys, thank you all so much for you know for being here today. Like I said, that really. Oh, I did have this one more thing. I'm so sorry. I put these in the wrong order. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's Netflix deal remains strong amid false reports. Harry and Meghan recently lost the Spotify partnership, This is coming from, I forget which magazine it was now, but anyway, again, you guys, Prince Harry and Meghan continue to shine brighter than ever, according to Netflix spokesperson, dispelling any whispers of turbulence within their partnership. Despite swirling rumors, the streaming titan is reiterating the strength of this ongoing collaboration with the Sussex's production company. The bond with Archwell Productions is one we deeply value. Harry and Meghan launched as Netflix's most popular documentary debut to date. Our exciting journey with them isn't ending anytime soon. We're currently collaborating on numerous projects, including the much anticipated documentary series Heart of Invictus, a spokesman told Entertainment Tonight. So, oh man, you guys, I am so that was like a punch in the gut looking at that number. That was really a punch in the gut. I feel like all the wind was taken out of me. I'm so sorry. I'm just at a loss for words, but wow. More great news about the opening ceremony. Our wonderful hosts are confirmed. Hadnet Tasfi and Stephen, is it Godin? Godin will lead everyone through the night. Hanette is nationally known presenter and DJ who, in addition to having her own TV show, podcast, and radio show, has also hosted the opening show for the Berlin Film Festival. Her counterpart, Stephen, has the as the host of the shows like Joko and Klaas. Oh, I'm sure that's a good show, and some other stuff. The broadcast of the Academy Awards is a universally known TV face, and his own podcast, Keynote, that whatever that says, the film special. Oh man, and he talks about his life. So those are the hosts right there. I don't know them, but I suppose by this time in September, I will know them very well. So those are the people that are going to host the opening night ceremony. And with that, you guys, I want to acknowledge our queens as per usual. And thank you very much. Again, if you guys are in any way suffering from PTSD, please reach out for some help. And you don't have to be a soldier to have experienced that. So it's not just for the military, it can happen to anyone. So you don't have to just be a soldier. And I encourage you to dig deep and do some investigation about that in your own life, because it is a very serious thing and it could affect your health and your relationships with other people. So do look into that. And I do have a list from Sherry Ware. I do thank you for that. I'm going to check out that list, you guys. Let me see. And then, of course, I will see you guys tomorrow, much earlier in all likelihood. I do have an appointment on Thursday, but tomorrow I think I will definitely be here earlier. So, okay, my list. I tell you guys, I'm going to be thinking about that number. I have to tell you, that was something else. Elaine Parker, Cher Brown, Manello, Noreen Bengali, 8 months. Yeah, so thank you, Elaine, Cher, and Manello. And Noreen, thank you for your 8 months. Dorothy Ross, 17 months. How did I miss that? And let's see. Is it white? You know what? Let me see. Okay. Anyway, thank you. Well, anyway, it was our special. Well, let me see. I'm working on this name. I'm so sorry. Is it LLW Tros? Anyway, yes. Waitrose. Can I just say Waitrose? I hope that's not offensive. To Waitrose, thank you for the super chats. Also, Lorna Williams, thank you for 14 months. Church Nelly, 22 months. Rosita Casitas, thank you for 11 months. Rachel Windley, YM Droid, Legs, Black Queen, and Lucy Highland, thank you for the super chats and stickers. And Waitrose, thank you again for the super sticker. Oh, I see. There it is right there. How did I miss that? Thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. And congratulations, Kamara Mitchell. Oh, Kamara. Congratulations, Kamara Mitchell. Thank you so much. All right, there you go. Kamara Mitchell is the one that has done the Sussex squad so proud with the 19 colleges and or university reaching out to her. So thank you so much for that. Now we have a name to put with that. Congratulations to you all again. And so let's do a dance off one more time. And also for Rohini's birthday, we owe her a dance off, right? So we'll do that. Happy birthday again, Rohini. Many happy returns of the day. And let's do it. Oh, wait a minute. Where is it? What did I do with it? Oh, there we go. We're going to dance off. Thank you again, you guys. Hello, Ivy here. Hello, Ivy. Girl, the Duchess of Sussex won. Meet me at the Royal Sussex party. Serge Nelly's gonna be there. All right, Ivy out. You know what? I have not come down from my high yet. As you know, All right. Thank you all very much. Okay. Let me get back over to our queens. And with that, I am going to look for the last word. VS says, take care, everyone. That sounds like an ending to me. So, with that, you guys, love you as always. I will see you all tomorrow. And wow, I'm telling you guys that number is it. I felt like somebody punched me in my gut. I'm just like, how could that be possible? But it is, and it makes me so grateful for the sacrifice that they have made for all the rest of us. If they didn't serve, somebody else would have served in their place. That the sacrifice starts as soon as they enlist. So, wow. Okay. And with that, you guys, I will definitely Avenger us out of here. And I'm going to also do a Madam Duchess on our way out of here. Okay. Roseanne Campbell, thank you so much for being here. Bye, Fancy. So long. Sonia Johnson. Yes, White Gordon, bye for now. Nash Singby. Well, I tell you, what I love about the Sussex squad is we take an emotional roller coaster on any given day. We do. And that this community is here is absolutely incredible. I'm embarrassed to say I had a very busy weekend and at this point, I'm usually gushing about the Lady Sussex, and I haven't had a chance to finish it yet. So I got to go back and catch up with Lady Sussex. And of course, hello, Ivy here. And I got to catch up with Ivy and so many other people I got to catch up with. But I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best. But yeah, it was a very busy weekend. So fun weekend too. So it's yellow tea. Oh, wait. Let me highlight that. There it is. It's yellow tea rose, Baron. Thank you again. How did I miss that? And I'm calling you Waitrose. Now, see, I would be insulted if I was you. I could have at least said Marks and Spencer or even I don't know, give me another store, something more prestigious. But instead, I said Waitrose, and I wouldn't take that from my worst. I was sitting here and I kept looking. I'm just like, what is it I'm not getting? Okay, so thank you so much for that, for straightening it out for me. You're quite welcome. And again, congratulations to you and your family. Oh, okay. All right, you guys. I've probably said too much at this point. Cookies and cream, where have you been? Let me see. Suits is really good. I'm going to watch it after the podcast. I'm addicted to anything Harry and Meghan. I need detoxing. Oh, I'm embarrassed to say I haven't watched Suits yet, but I want to so bad. I just gotta find the time to do it. Okay. Now, before this turns into a 3-hour, I promise you guys I am leaving very, very soon. Let me see. Headphones on, waiting for Ginger Adventure. Sounds good with them. Yes, it's so cinematic, isn't it? Okay, so on behalf of Yellow Tea Rose, right? And on behalf of Rohini and our other good news today, Kamira Mitchell, on behalf of all of them, thank you all for watching Royal Sussex, and I will see you all tomorrow. So let us start off with Madam Duchess. Where is Madam Duchess? Madam Duchess? Yes, there you are. Why are y'all still here? Good night. Last one out. Please turn out the lights. Last one out. Please turn out the lights. I had a feeling that y'all was still here. Did I miss anything? Oh man. Okay, well, I have been out of my pajamas for too long, so I'm fixing to go. I'm just kidding. What makes you think I ever got out of my pajamas? I've been telling people since the pandemic, I have spent more time in my pajamas than Hugh Hefner. So today is no exception. No, I'm going to go for real, you guys. Thank you. Love you. See you tomorrow.